Yeah, DPI I told you. And in a print, it's again DPI, but prints are normally specified in inches. See, normally you want a print, say you want a A4 print, it's 12.8 or A3, 1812. So you normally specify it as inches. But if you go to a lab and ask him at what DPI is printing, he'll tell the DPI. In Chennai, most commercial labs print at 200 DPI. 300 would be a good one. If you can print with a nice expensive inkjet printer, printing at 600 DPI on an archival quality paper will be really beautiful. So as the DPI increases, it will be more realistic. It will have a better definition. That will be a better term. So its megapixel is counting the whole thing. Say 1,000 by 2,000. Say it's a very bad standard. How much it will be? 2 megs. So that's about a 2 megapixel. So see, if you look at the specification of your camera, or if you take the manual of your camera, or even your settings where you set your file format, you'll be able to see the resolution. So you know what 1 megapixel, 2.57 are. So what I normally tell is, unless you print, don't bloody take in some 21 megapixels in a 5D Mark II to upload a picture in Facebook. Not required. For Facebook, 1200 per side is more than sufficient. I would say 800. See, normally what happens is, if you upload such high resolution pictures in commercial sites like Facebook, Picasa, Flickr and all, they are going to again compress it. If you upload it in a site like photo.net or Globe Trekker, what is it? Earthtrekker.com. ஏ அது என்ன சைட் மனோஜ் அது குளோப் ட்ரெக்கரா அது என்ன earthtrekker.com ஃபோட்டோஸ் அப்லோட் பண்ணுறது கம்ப்ரஸ் பண்ணாமல் அப்லோட் பண்ணுமே global trekker, some global trekker or some .com. It has such a beautiful interface. It never compresses the pictures, and the pictures appear truly as it should appear in your monitor. But Flickr and all, what they do is they really compress the image, and if you are uploading a higher size image, the worst damage you'll face. So for a 4-inch by 3-inch print dimension at 200 dpi, how much you need? 800 by 600. That is how much you need. And approximately 1 megapixel will be 1 MB. For a raw file, for a JPG, it will be lesser because it's getting compressed. See, it's this chart is very important in the sense, tomorrow you're going to print a A4, that is 12 by 8. You know what megapixel you need minimum. So see friends, just 4 megapixels is sufficient for A4 printout. So what are you going to do with your 14 megapixels then? So the 14 megapixels really doesn't matter. Instead of buying a compact, get a second hand digital SLR for some 8,000 bucks. It will serve you better. Maybe for 10,000 bucks, I think you should be able to get a decent used DSLR in our market in Chennai. So that will make a better sense anytime. See, commercial labs are capable of printing only so much in India. Probably if you go abroad, they'll print it at a better DPI. Or if you go, this is 1400 DPI printer. I don't know if it's available in India. If you're going to print at 1400 DPI, my God, it's going to really look great. But do you have a printer like that? It's going to be expensive. Last I printed at highest resolution I printed was 600 DPI on a inkjet, Epson inkjet, on an archival quality printer for a exhibition post. So it was really good, like. And in archival paper, it's not even shining, and it's a matte finish. And once you light it up, It's almost like watching a movie in the theater. So that kind of resolution you don't get in commercial prints. What A4 print commercially, I think it's available for some 15-20 bucks, if I'm not wrong. In Sriram Color Lab, I think it's available for 20 bucks for a person who prints regularly. Other person, he'll definitely charge 50 bucks. That's a different story. So that is how much you spend for a print commercially.
When we print on large scale of DPI, I mean like 1400 or around 600 DPI,
Hmm.
will it suck the color? I mean the color of the cartridge?
No,
It will be the same
it'll
pixels
slightly increase the ink consumption because the gap between the pixels will be also filled up. It will slightly increase, but it will not be so much you think. But most of the inkjet, when you give a fine printing, it will print twice or thrice. That means it can increase the ink consumption. See, more than the ink consumption, it's about the head and the printer. So those printers will be at least a lakh and over. A desk printer today it's cost around 5,000, 6,000 bucks. I'm not really sure. Sufficient. See, size is size. See, say a compact camera can shoot up to 14 megapixel. Choose the 4 megapixel and it's going to interpolate. And when you do interpolation and when you reduce the size, some of the defects are going to get concealed. It's just a note I want to make because should be just aware of it. Nothing to do with photography actually. This is something which is very important. I just want to give it. What is a bit depth in a digital file? With one bit, only one color is possible. Assuming the color of the paper is white. Assuming the color of paper is white, I use only one dye. So with one dye, I'll be able to make a particular image. Let's see how it looks. The first one. It's only black. So only two colors are there. One dye, two colors are there. Second, I'm going for a 2 bit. 2 to the power of 2, 4 colors. So it has two grays, white and a black. Slightly better. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் அப்படி இப்படி தெரியுதா? For me this appears better, I don't know why. It's more clear. So more detail of colors. Okay, now I'm going for 4 bit, 2 to power 4, 16 colors. Those days when I was studying in my school, high school, 16 colors used to be the color format. Computer screen. I don't know if all of you have seen that. Siva computer, we had one. Siva computer will show only 16 colors. For that screen, you have to pay 1.5 lakhs. So, this is the color which is possible, and this is the detail possible. 8-bit, 256, which is considered as the general industry standard now. It's a very bad LCD and it's a very bad projector. It's not able to resolve the colors. A good calibrated screen will show all 256 shades. There are instruments like Spider 3 Elite Pro and things like that where you put it before the monitor and you can calibrate. This monitor you cannot calibrate. It is not, first of all, capable of showing so much colors. If it is on a Mac screen, it can definitely show 256 colors. If it is on a silicon graphics screen, it will show. So that's the purpose of calibration. Once again, I'm not getting into the topic because again, it's a huge topic. But what I want to tell is, as the bit depth increases, you can see how many details come out in a picture. See, ultimately, image manipulation is all about mathematics. It's about matrices, matrix operations, arithmetic. So, friends, what is 3 divided by 2? 1.5. So, say I have some 16 colors, 16 levels to show a particular color. 16 levels of green, say I can show in a particular monitor. I'm saying 1.5. Is it possible to show that? It will be either 1 or 2. So the computer, what it does is it chooses either 1 or 2. So when I'm processing, when I'm sharpening, when I'm changing the levels, it changes to either 1 or 2. So this is the floating point error, friends. So Photoshop is not everything. It will not hide all your trouble. If you do some mistake, you underexposed by 2 stops, you are definitely to lose details. That's exact mistake I did in that orange flame back. It was underexposed by 1.5 stops, and I lost the detail here. Detail illa. It's not a good photograph, bad photograph. I should be able to show details in all 256 shades if it's a good exposure technically. Aesthetically, I can play around. I might really increase the contrast for showing a particular portrait or a temple where I want to show hard black and hard white. That's my choice. But as a photographer, when I'm coming out of the field, I come clean with the maximum details. So ultimately what happens now, we have 16-bit, that means 256, 2 to the power of 16, that means 256 multiplied by 256 levels of tones, it will be able to show. That is the raw format. So that is why, friends, I'm telling, when you are shooting in raw format, when you are even making manipulation, it will be below the 8-bit range. That means when I'm finally converting my JPG to 8-bit format, I'll still have my details. My change in levels or sharpness or contrast or white balance, nothing would have affected. Another thing is some parameters like white balance, I can go back to my home and change whatever I want. It's not at all going to affect my image. Whatever you edit, it is like your GPX only. It will be all in XML format. Whatever editing you do on a raw file, it will be saved as XML. Delete the XML and you get the original file back. That's the way it works, friends. So I'm really telling you, those people who have SLR, please start exploring your raw format. It is not a dragon or a monkey which will pounce on you. Nothing like that. The workflow of a raw is actually simpler than a JPEG. Editing is a lot more simple. Just download Lightroom 3. It's a baby's affair. You can definitely edit. Lightroom 3. Lightroom, yeah. ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப் மேல இருந்து கீழே வா, ஒயிட் பேலன்ஸ்ல இருந்து ஆரம்பிப்பா ஷார்ப்னஸ் வரைக்கும். அது பண்ணி விடு, சரியா வரும். அவ்வளவுதான். 4 தடவை எடிட் பண்ணு, கரெக்டா வந்துடும். சேவா பண்ணுங்களேன். சொல்லு.